Yes.
No.
She can always say, I can't believe that you're doing this.
That is not how it's
Yes, it is. Listen, it's my honor to be here. I'm gonna tell you a little bit about me, some of the good stuff, some of the bad stuff, but I'm gonna tell you just about everything. How would it feel if you grew up and didn't know who God was? And this is interactive. You can raise your hand, you can talk back to me or ask questions, feel free to, okay? So how would it feel to grow up and not know God? How would it feel? Empty. Do you think that you would make a lot of bad decisions and bad mistakes? Yeah, that was me. I grew up and I didn't know who God was. I wasn't saved until I was 47 years old. Do you believe that? 47 years old. And I made a lot of bad decisions and I did a lot of bad things. In the course of that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my history of what I did. I went to a small school. I was a basketball player. I know that's hard to believe because I'm really short. It's a joke, y'all. Laugh at my jokes.
Laugh.
Shortness is not funny.
But anyway, I played basketball in high school. I went on to college and I played basketball in college. And I had a bad attitude in college and I quit and I went in and started working at the prison. And I worked at the prison where I did a bunch of stuff at the prison. And then I went on to become a police officer. And I was a police officer for 16 years. And where I worked undercover. If you watch TV and all this stuff about undercover cops, that's what I did.
Trench coat and
No, I didn't have the trench coat, and well, I still got the mustache a little bit. But I had big long hair and old beard
no,
and all
like
that.
the tearawayable mustache.
No, that mine was always real.
Like
And I had, and fortunately, I have a lot more hair than what I do now. Okay,
like at
but
the
it-
end of every episode. No, you need.
and but that's what I did. And also, during the course of this, I was working at Reynolds Police Department. I met a guy, and I was always interested in getting into professional wrestling. And
Is that wrestling or wrestling?
wrestling,
Wrestling.
wrestling. If you're Tennessee, it's wrestling. You know? But I got into professional wrestling, and I've done that for 32 years now. Now I'm trying to quit. They keep calling me back, but I've done it for 32 years. And during the course of this, I did many little characters in this, and one of my characters was that I was Damien, the devil's disciple. Now, go back to what I said first. I didn't know who God was. So I made fun, in the wrestling realm of things, I made fun of God. I did all kinds of bad things making fun of God when I wrestled. And then I went on to did a character, it was called Forsaken. And Forsaken was a gothic, satanic type character. And I did that. And it really was offensive to a lot of people. Does anybody know what the number 666 is?
It's a devil.
It's the mark of the beast, the number of the beast. It talks about that in Revelations. Okay? Guess what I used to wear around? The number 666. I'd wear it on my, they made me a t-shirt and a jersey type shirt. And it had Forsaken, it had 666 on the back of it. And I used to wear that all the time. Now, do you think God was very happy with me? No. He was not very happy with me. But you know what? God still loved me. He still loved me. So back in 2008, I had a bunch of stuff that happened. I was always put a lot of my faith into stuff. Okay? You know, cars, houses, because I was working, I made a lot of money, and I put all my faith and all my stuff, right, not in God, but in stuff. And guess what stuff can do? Stuff can leave you really quick. And I lost all my stuff. Stuff that I had my faith in that made me who I was, I lost it. Now, can anybody tell who do you think that was there who still loved me? God was. Even though I did not deserve it, I did nothing. I never even acknowledged his presence. I never, said I loved Jesus. I never did anything. But when I hit rock bottom, guess who was the first person to reach his hand out to me and says, I love you. One of my favorite passages in the Bible, it's out of Psalms. It says, I reached down and plucked you from the murk or mud and set you upon a rock. And that's what he did with me, is that I was as down as far as I could go. I didn't know who God was. I didn't know what to be expected as a Christian. And he reached down and he picked me up and he placed me on a rock, which is Jesus. Okay? At 47 years old is when I walked into a church for the first time as an adult. I walked in, and it was down in Scottsboro, Alabama. I walked in, and it was all kinds of people there, and it was music, and people laughing, and it was nothing like I remember when I was a real small child. And I walked in, and I saw all these people that were happy. And I said, I want to be a part of that. And I accepted, that day that I went was the day I accepted Christ. And he changed my life. Now, when I talk about, that I hit the bottom, I had lost everything. I'd lost anything that I cared about was gone. And guess what? God still loved me. And I was faithful and I did stuff. Just like I heard Jamie was talking about a little bit ago when he was talking about some of the other speakers about what you listen to and how you act and what you say. I was terrible. I listened and I watched and I did everything. But now, since I accepted Christ, I see that I don't want to do the same thing that I did before, right? I didn't want to talk the same way. I didn't want to watch the movies I watched. I didn't want to see the same things. I didn't look at people the same way because Jesus lived in me. I had this big void of emptiness in me. Does that make any sense to anybody? I felt empty all the time. And once I got saved, I really felt different inside. Does that make any sense? I talk different. Y'all probably wouldn't even like me back then. Do you know that? Because I really wasn't a really nice person. But in doing this, when I changed, God gave me everything back. Okay? He gave me, I've got an outstanding wife now. Outstanding. He gave me Abigail. Abigail's an outstanding young lady. If you don't know her, you need to get to know her. She is an outstanding young lady. We've got a total of 6 kids between us. 6. And I've got 3 grandchildren. I got a 6-year-old grandson. I've got a getting ready to be a year-old granddaughter and a 6-month-old granddaughter. And getting ready to have another one here in February. So everything that I lost, that I thought that was gone, he has replaced it. And in doing this with our children, we have taught them, watch what you say, watch what you hear. Because you can watch on TV, right? You see stuff on TV all the time. Because the world says what we do and what we watch is okay, right? Anything that's on TV, it's okay to watch. See, everybody said, oh, Mr. Chris, I like him. But anyway, it says it's okay to do. And now, we've set our lives different than what the world says is okay. Is that true? Are we supposed to set our lives? Because people should be able to know that you're a Christian by how we live our life, right? Now, if I claim to be a Christian, right? Everybody knows that I'm a Christian. I claim to be a Christian. How would you feel about me if I was doing something I wasn't supposed to do? Would you look at me differently? You wouldn't look at me differently? If you say, well, he's a Christian, but yet he's doing something he's not supposed to do. What about Mr. Jamie? You still wouldn't? You wouldn't like it. You'd say, he's doing the right thing. What would you think? If he was doing something he wasn't supposed to do, what would you think? Not that he's not a Christian, because you know what? We all fail and we all do things that we're not supposed to do. But every day we try and strive to do something a little different, a little bit better than we did the day before. Is that right? We all strive to do something a little bit better. So that's what we try to do as Christians, is try to strive to do something a little bit better, right? In wrestling, now I'm going to go back to wrestling. Wrestling, people knew me as somebody that was ungodly, that did all kinds of bad stuff, right? Now, guess what happens? I go in the dressing room. We have Bible study in the dressing room now. Something that would never do. People that have wrestled in the dressing room has accepted Christ, have changed their life because of how I've acted. And they've seen the change in me, and they want to be a part of something that they've seen in me, which is Jesus. You understand that? So in doing this is that we've changed. We've changed, like in wrestling. We have changed the dress room. Instead of, something where everything in the world's going on, now we're sitting down, we're having Bible study. We have other guys that's sitting there talking about Jesus. And I'm gonna tell y'all, can I tell y'all a secret? You wanna tell you a secret? You promise not to tell nobody? Now, if you're gonna tell somebody, I'm not gonna say it. You're gonna tell everybody, we're just gonna keep it right here. We all talk in the dressing room. There's just one dressing room, and we all sit back there and talk. Did you know that? A lot of people think we've got two separate, but we all sit back and talk. So therefore, we all sit back and we've made a difference as Christians, because all it takes is one person to say the truth, and somebody's listening to you. You have to always remember that. Of what you talk about, somebody's listening. Somebody's listening. If I'm at home and I'm sitting up here doing this, and I'm at home acting a different way than I do here, you think it's going to affect her? What she says, my daddy, he's going to confess he's a Christian. Yet when he comes home, he's acting some way totally different. That's going to, do I act any different at home than I do here? No, I really don't. Because Jesus lives in me. And when I accepted Jesus, he's really changed everything of my life. From starting out, from somebody that was ungodly, that did all kinds of bad things, to somebody that now is sitting in front of you that can confess that Jesus is Lord, and he's changed me. And I've had the opportunity to go through and talk to people, and they've changed their life through Jesus. I had an opportunity to go to South Africa. I've been to South Africa twice, and had the opportunity to speak in front of 10,000 Zulu tribesmen, and had thousands of them give their life to the Lord, because he still loves me. And guess what? You always have to remember, no matter how bad that you think that you do as you grow up, because we all fall. I hate to tell you this, we all never do the right thing all the time. Is that he still loves you, he still cares about you, and guess what? One day you may be able to stand in front of 10,000 people. Would you be scared? Let me tell you another secret. I was too. But I got in front of them and I spoke the truth. And thousands of people gave their life for it. And who would have thought a little boy from Tennessee could be standing in front of 10,000? Right? And one day you can do the same thing. But I encourage you to stay true. Listen to the people who care about you, because sometimes it's hard to listen. Love Abigail to death, but guess what? She is not perfect. And I tell her all the time, gotta do this, you gotta do that, you gotta walk this way, you gotta say this, you gotta do that. Because you know why? I love her. And it says in the Bible, and this is the tough part for kids, it says in the Bible, I believe every word in the Bible is true. Okay? Every word of it I believe is true. And it says, those who do not discipline their children hate their children. You believe that? Now that's tough sometimes on a parent, because you know why? We love our kids and we want the best for them. But if you want the best for them, sometimes you have to say, no, that is the wrong thing to do. I tell you that, don't I? I tell you that. And it's like I said, she's an outstanding young lady. But I still get on to her and correct her because I do love her. So when your parents get on to you, always remember they do it because they love you. Not because they hate you, they do it because they love you. Right? Wake up! Gotcha. Alright, so I'm gonna end up. Anybody got any questions? Anything? Anything? Anybody wanna know anything about wrestling?
You jammed your thumbs in the back.
No, I did not. No, I didn't do that. Any questions?